Hi, Karen Hadley here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in New Zealand. I really want to share with you a tool in the catalogue that I just could not live without, and is the Take Your Pick tool. It really is amazing. It has so many options that you can use. It is just one of those essentials in the catalogue. I will show a few ways to use it today and the extra bits you can purchase, which is the brush. That is extra, but is certainly well worth getting. And we also have a stylus end, a pokey end, and a spatula end. But I'm going to walk through everything with you and show you some tips and tricks along the way. So it is on page 159 on the catalogue. So let's start off to show you today how to use the tool that is the brush, which, as I say, is bought separately, but really is so useful and quick and easy to swap over. So there I've just taken out the putty end and I've popped in the brush end, and it is so quick to just remove those little dots and anything that you've die cut that just needs to be brushed out. I'm using the foam mat to do that with. The other tool that you can use, of course, to do that is the pokey tool. I find this useful for so many things. Having nails is fantastic, but certainly not good for doing any kind of precision work. And I find this pokey tool, as I call it, high technology, extremely useful for that. So as you can see here, I'm just poking out some extra dots, which is an alternative way to use this tool. And if you want to use the other end, which is the spatula end, all you need to do is just unscrew it and pop it back in. Yes, so this end would be one of my favorites from this tool. Now, taking the brush off again, and I'm going to pop the putty back on so that I can show you some tips and tricks with this. I'm going to bring in the embellishments, which is the main use of this putty tool, just being able to pick up these embellishments and place them where you want. So super easy to pick them up, pop your glue on first, then pick them up and just drop the gem straight on to the area where you have popped the glue. So quick, and honestly, trying to pick those gems up can be really hard at times. And another really good tip with this putty end, if you do embossing, no matter what you do, sometimes you always end up with little white bits of the powder in places you don't want. This just picks it up super, super quick, super easy, and so efficiently. I won't do the whole thing here to show you because it will take quite a while, but it is certainly my go-to for making sure that I have a nice, clean embossing area. Black always seems to attract the extra bits of powder. So just moving it a bit closer so you can see how much that has picked up, and giving you that nice clear area around your work. Of course, the putty does dry out at times, and you will need to unscrew it a little bit to allow some extra putty to come down. You just pinch the end off, the dry end, and then you give it a little screw, not too much because it will come out quite fast. So I am just going to show you the spatula and the tip with that, and it is so easy just to pop it underneath the card, to lift it up and to move it. I often wonder if someone was to look inside my card underneath the layers that I've done. Some of my cards, even though they look absolutely fine, of course, are quite messy underneath. But what you see at the end is all that matters, and this can lift any errors you've made in positioning your mats, and you can start again. Or even if you want to use another color or anything like that, it really, really is quick and easy to do. So another fantastic use for this tool, and I just can't speak highly enough of all the different things that you can do. It is one of those things in the catalogue that you have to have, in the sense it just does so much for you that it is one of the must-haves in the toolbox, so to speak, and we all like to have those. Now the other thing is the stylus. You get two styluses. You get a larger stylus and a smaller stylus. So having the two sizes makes it that you can score your cardstock, one finer than the other one, just depending on what you need it for, or if you're creating 3D projects or just wanting to have a really good fold. I'm just doing it on the mat here today for you, but you could do it with your trimmer to ensure that you've got a nice straight line. So the first one I used was the smaller one, and the second one was the bigger one. So as I say, so quick to swap them over, just to turn it in the end there, twist, and you're sorted, or pull it out and turn it over if you want the finer end. Lastly, the styluses are fantastic for creating movement in any petals or flowers that you might have. You just press them into the pad with the end of the stylus and it works really, really well. So I hope you have loved seeing all the things that you can do with the Pick Me tool, and I hope you think it is absolutely worth getting, because I love it and cannot speak highly enough. Take care. See you next time.